Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Red Bull Debrecen. So today we have made it to the Magyar Kupa final. We've got another one on the cards and another trophy to possibly defend. So that's it. We could be on for a hat-trick of Magyar Kupa Cups in a row. So just saying. But we have won the league. It has been quite comfortable really in the end. A good distance between us and Frank Ross in second, who we will be playing today in the final. Game-wise, since then, we did lose the Kisvada, which is probably the biggest shock, which was quite bad, really. And we only just about won the MTK game on aggregate. It was an incredible game, I have to say. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to show you it, because it was end-to-end. It was amazing. We went like 2-0 up, then they came back to lead and bounced back, or it was all over the place. It was all over the place. But certainly a game to remember, that's for sure. But this is the team we're going for. Obviously, we're only allowed to play 5 foreign players, so we have got a bunch on not playing for us today. Kovacic has been playing for us throughout the games, so he will be in goal. Al Hussein, Herminio, Hof, Valencia Mijkovic, who has now learned how to play right back with his right foot, which is good to see. He's sitting at left back because currently Brassetti is out injured. Kalmar and Gasprick are in the middle, with Salai, Cristiano and Marin just behind Caio Jorge with a full bench there. Hugo Novoa has requested to leave. He said he doesn't think he's up to scratch. And I mean, we have got a lot, and what I say, we've got a hell of a lot of youth players who we signed over this season who can play his role. So I'm kind of happy with him going for, I think it was 4.7 million possibly to Granada at this point. But we will jump straight into the game and take a look, and then we'll obviously review the season at the end. There'll obviously be a lot of transfers to review as well, but as you can see, they are playing a 4-2-3-1. Frank Frost, a tough side certainly. They've caused us the biggest challenge this season, as you'd probably expect. But you can see there, we've got a solid team, which I'm very happy with, and I think we can do the business today. So as we do get underway, I certainly do believe next season we could do quite well in the Champions League. We should. As most years, we will jump straight to the group stage as long as we get there, and I'll give you an update and all that sort of thing, and we'll work through the group stage together. Hopefully, this could be the year we get to the knockouts. I'm not banking on it because we have got a lot of new players that are in the side, and there will be a couple of players leaving as well. Hopefully, it won't have too much of an effect on us when we do get into the Champions League, but it's hard to say at this stage. We're working it well on the edge of the box though. It comes out to Mijkovic on his right foot off the bar, rifled it. I mean, it's weird seeing a left back on this side using his right foot to fire at goal, but it's come back to Kalmar, caught quite easily by Debus in the end. But yeah, like I say, I think next season will be an interesting one. I think if we can start to get all the players in that we wanted to, and all the youth players, and we've kind of got to pick and choose, because obviously we've only can have 25 players registered in the league, and then we also can only have a certain amount registered for the Champions League, and because we haven't got many homegrown players, we might be a bit stuck on that front. So it will take a little bit of doing to really work out who to pick and who to have in this squad. They are quite young though, so we might get away with a few being under 21 and not needing to be registered, but we'll just see how it goes, and hopefully we'll be all right. I think I'm confident that we can win the league again, and even the Magyar Kupa Cup. I think we can defend that another time. Marin's played through, but he does have to cut back. Gets it across to Cristiano, headed off the bar. Salah's not able to get there, but he falls to Caio Jorge, who has been banging them in this season. 32nd goal of the season. He's been phenomenal, and I'm hoping that continues. He's one of the players that I am worried. I just don't want all our players to leave like they did previously. Especially halfway through the seasons. That's never good. But I think we've coped with it well. But I don't want to have to cope. I want us to sell players because we don't need them anymore. Not that the board's decided that is what best for business, as you might say. But we're 1-0 up now in the cup final, which is always nice to see. Valencia Mitrovic playing on this left-hand side is doing very well. Gasprick Kalmar, Kyo George, can he get there before the goalkeeper? He does and pops it in. That's number 33 for him. Number 2 for us in today's game. And a lovely little assist by Kalmar, who's been performing very, very well. Again, youth prospects wise, I think we've got a few in the team. We can skip that bad boy. Yeah, we've got a few in the team that I think we can certainly be looking at positively, and I think we'll be doing okay. We're keeping the ball quite well at the back here. Can we move the ball up the pitch? That's what our main concern is now. Marin, can you look outside? Look at all this gap over here. They're really, really narrow. Are they that scared of us that they're so narrow? That's really odd. I've never seen a team quite that narrow before. With the 4 there and 2 really defensive players, I guess they're, every right to be worried. They haven't actually had they've had 1 shot on target all game. I don't think we will change anything at this stage. I think the team's working quite well as it is. But we'll jump straight into the second half and hopefully carry on from where we left off. We have got a throw on this getting a little bit tongue-tied. Salai with the win of the ball. Win of the ball? I could ball. How Hussein into Herminio. The centre halves is a challenging one for me at this stage. I've not really fallen in love with any of them. Diallo's done quite well as sitting in there, but he's not a centre half, and we need to be using him as centre midfielder. Lovely goal. Cristiano plays it through to Kyo George, who brings it down Zlatan-esque, and a little dink over the keeper, which he loves to do. He loves a little cheeky dink, and he makes it 3, and it is his hat trick. I don't think there's any way for them to get back now with kind of the retention we've got of the ball, but they lost him there, and he was able to just get the little cheeky dink. I do love that. There's a lot of it in this Football Manager. I have seen it a lot more, but I'll always love a little dink from a striker as he coming through, and a little cheeky chip over the keeper as he falls to the floor. But it is kept hold of Cristiano. Salai on the edge of the box. It is cleared. Can we get that ball back? We have managed to. Hal Hussein's done well there. The big guy at right back. Cristiano into Gasparic. Plays it up to Marin, who plays it into Kyo George. Look at this ball retention. We have moved to a more positive mentality at the start of games, just because we dominate games so much. I'm like, why don't we? Rather than being balanced and a bit in the middle. I've never really previously been balanced and used balance as a play style, because I just think it's a bit of a meh tactic to use, a bit of a meh mentality, but we did use it for a while and it has worked. But let's bring on a couple of the boys, get them a bit of game time. Beignet can come on, let's say for Kalmar, that'd be fine. I think it will be in Gwen's last game for us, because I think he will be leaving at the end of the season, so he can come on for Xavier Marin, and he's top back, and Gwen's been very good for us, and Hugo Navarro as well. We'll pop him on for Kyo George for the last 10 minutes or so. Get them a run out in the cup final, make sure they get what they deserve with the trophies, and we can then kick them out at the end of the season. But it looks like we are going to get that victory quite comfortably, as expected, which is fantastic stuff. The Magic Cooper Cup is ours once again. That makes it 3 in a row. We've absolutely smashed it. Let's watch the trophy lift and enjoy ourselves. Oh, here we go. There it is. Passes it over. Oh, yeah. I don't have a cup or anything. Have a cup. Yeah. Okay. And on that note, let's go ahead to kind of the season review and take a look at how we've got on this year. Oh, damn. Look at that. We have made it to the top of the Hungarian Hall of Fame. 4 domestic trophies, 4 domestic cups. We made it 8 in total. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Only with the one team, of course. So pretty good. Pretty good. I think we will obviously carry on the save. I don't think that's going to be the end for us, certainly. I'm still hoping we can get something out of Europe. Whether what that might be, we'll never know. We might have to limit our, let's say, our goals as such with this sort of team, especially if our board keeps selling players. But let's get to the review. Here it is, nice and quick then. Red Bull Debrecen, end of season review 2024. 2 trophies to look at there, lovely stuff. Let's jump ahead then. Is it going to fancy doing it, or is everything just going to freeze and not work? Oh, there we go. Love the confetti in the background to show our victory. So the player that the board were happiest with was Bersic. What is going on here? Bersetti, even. Bersic? What am I on about? So, yeah, I'd say he came in, did very well. Eder Herminio, A-. Yep, good stuff. Koch, they weren't too bothered by. Yeah, I mean, we've still got room to see if he's worth it. Al Hussein's been fantastic. Barahona, again, that's an interesting decision as he's not great from what I've seen, but he's not too bad. Obviously happy with Jorge as you should be. Kai Huff hasn't played too much, but he'll probably play a lot more next season. Cristiano's been fantastic. Bassetti, obviously, as we mentioned. Jelicic has been phenomenal since coming in, which is good. Mano, Sekasan and Augusto have all been out on loan, so can't make too much of a judgment. Robertson has been phenomenal since coming in. I mean, some great stats. A+ for him. Lito, Valencia Mijokovic as well. Rai there with a B. Not bad. Eli Campbell, Ivkovic, Kesse Jones and Al Mutairi. Al Mutairi is probably a really bad signing when you think about it. But just don't think about it and it'll be fine. Muric was very good. Our number one keeper all last season. Mohamedi and Alexandris Pereira all being out on loan. Marco Santos Menezes. He's okay. They're not happy with that. Sergeyev, Giuliano as well. Gadil, Carl Lambert, along with Prikotko, who's again not that great. Batelic has been okay. Doherty, they're very happy with, but he hasn't performed very well. David Palmer and Abelgard have come in from Copenhagen, and then Antasovic, Visky from Borussia Mönchengladbach. So, I mean, a lot of players brought in, as we're well aware. And then there was a bunch of players that have left. I mean, you can't be... How can you possibly be annoyed at me when you're the one selling these players? How can you say that's a C? Surely you'd rate your decision higher. I don't understand that. Like, you can't sell my player and then be annoyed at me for selling the player that I didn't want to sell and I argued with you about. But, okay, fine, whatever. Never liked you anyway, bored. But loads of loan signings out. As we know, that was going to happen this season and will probably happen next season as well, to hopefully get them game time in Hungary especially. A bunch of players did play for ZTE, who did end up getting relegated, which isn't great. But we also had some playing for Puskas Academy who just missed out on Europa spots, so could have been worse, really. But a win to win in the league, which is good stuff. They weren't happy with Europa League 2, but for some reason... That's a lot harder than the Champions League qualification, or what we found anyway, with every time getting through to the group stage for Champions League qualification, apart from 1 year, I think. And then, obviously, not doing so well in the Europa League conference. But we did win the Magyar Kupa. Pretty comfortable run, although there were a couple of blips in there with Budafoki and MTK Budapest also being in there and causing us a bit of trouble. But a win's a win in the end. We're still not filling our attendance. Filling our attendance. Our attendance is still not full at the stadium, which is a bit of a shame, but kind of expected as well. We're a new side, really. So the biggest win was the 10-1 victory over Guillaume Androd. Yep, nice and easy. An amateur side, you'd expect so. The match to remember was the 3-0 victory over Frankfurt earlier on. Earlier on? What am I on about? In the Magyar Kupa Cup final, with Caio Jorge getting a hat-trick, which is good. And the goal of the season was Salma against Budafok, which is nice to see. Finance-wise, how have we got on then? So we have brought in a new sponsorship deal, which is good, with a deal worth £11 million coming in, which is good to see as well. No real reputation change there. I mean, we weren't in the Europe, so makes sense. Satellite is the top shirt sales with Kalmar, Jorge, Al Hussein and Cristiano all just behind him. Lots of shirts sold and lots of non-domestic shirts sold, which is good. And then we will jump ahead one more to see the team 11 for the season. So we did play the 4-2-3-1. Patrick Lanza is the player at left back, even though he's no longer at the club. And Sinkgraven as well in centre midfield. Just shows how important they were to us this season. But I'd probably agree with that. Otherwise, a decent side there for the season. Not bad at all. We got Manager of the Year, which is always good to see. Fans Player of the Year was Kalmar. Young Player was Herminio. Bassetti got Signing of the Season, as we saw. Kalmar got Goal, as we saw. Top goal scorer was Caio Jorge, as expected. Cristiano with all the 9 assists. And so not bad overall. Gasparic is pass completed for 90 is 97, so not bad really at all. Caio Jorge beat the most overall goals in a season, which is good. Most goals in a match was 5 by Hugo Novara this season, which is very good. Sadri is still the most appearance holder, and he'll hopefully be getting Hungarian nationality coming in the next year. Zolt Kalmar, most player of the matches. Highest transfer fee, obviously, as well as the highest transfer fee sold. So they're pretty much paid for each other. Nothing too bad there. But yeah, not a bad end of the year, I have to say. A good result in the end. Some hard work, which paid off for us, as stated there. 2 trophies in the Cup and the League. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better in the Champions League next season, but I will see you then. Like I say, we will jump straight to the group stage. Hopefully we'll get there nice and easy, so it shouldn't be a problem. So we get right into the grit of things that we really are interested in. But yeah, if you like, subscribe and all that good stuff, that would be great. I hope you did enjoy, and I will catch you next time.